Hi, here's a short reflection on how I managed my time for the valuation of 1A Bernard Street and what I learned along the way. I began by setting a simple system, calendar blocks for focus, and I used light Pomado rhythm to keep momentum, and also used Trello board tied directly to the rubric, so I only worked on what could be marked. On the 25th of August, I set up my files, I pulled the brief apart, and I drafted the scope. By the 27th of August, I'd confirmed the subject property and built a small data room and checklist. On the 29th of August, I worked through title, planning, zoning, and the location context. And by the 31st of August, I'd locked down the occupancy, lease detail, and the licence places for the subject property. Early September was about evidence and inputs. On the 1st of September, I gathered the first two sales. They were Hyatt and Brighton. And on the 2nd of September, I added Preston and Essendon and built the price per place grid. On the 4th of September, I researched replacement costs, land rates and depreciation. I also drafted improvements, environmental and tenancy on the 6th of September, ran the market approach scenarios on the 8th of September and finished the cost DRC calculations and sensitivities on the 9th. I reconciled the approaches and wrote conclusions and assumptions on the 11th of September, then handled the GST compliance and formatting on the 12th. A rubric check and revisions followed on the 14th. I recorded the first cut of the audio on the 15th, proofed and re-recorded on the 16th and submitted both items on the 17th of September. I did need to adopt one comparable lacked full metric, so I shifted weight to the southeast sales and gave myself an evening buffer on the 2nd to 3rd of September to rebuild the table. Replacement costs sources varied, so on the 4th of September I triangulated a midpoint, documented the assumption and pushed some drafting to 6th of September. When formatting ran long, I reused template sections for GST and compliance on the 12th and moved image and map tasks right to the end. What really helped was setting internal deadlines a day or two ahead of the real ones, doing a quick rubric check after each milestone, versioning the documents from notes to numbers, locked to final, and reading key sections aloud to make sure the numbers and the narrative matched. Next time I'll lock core data sources earlier, build a reusable price per place and DRC calculator, and keep 10-15% contingency block and ask for midpoint feedback before the 8th or the 9th of September in the overall timeline. This plan and those small course corrections got me to a defensible and submission that I was happy with on time.